Hey, this is Richard from North Texas Ball Cards, and we're looking at the September box, the RetroWaxBox from Slater Sports Cards. And it's even in the same month that I got it. So let's get right down into it. Let's see if I can not disturb the camera. Alrighty, I already see our fan favorite. And this month's pack has, let me adjust my glasses, 83 Fleer, 87 Fleer, 87 Donruss, 87 Topps, 89 Donruss, 89 Bowman, 89 Fleer, 90 Score, 91 Topps, 93 Topps, and some additional packs from 82 to 94, totaling 25 packs in all. Okie dokie, let's get right down to it. Let's see, here's some of them. We're looking at 88 Score, 92 Fleer, 90 Fleer, 91 Fleer, 88 Donruss, 90 Upper Deck, 94 Topps Stadium Club, 93 Fleer, and 92 Stadium Club. And in the next pack, we have 89 Fleer, awesome. 88 Fleer, 91 Fleer, a lot of Fleer in this pack, in this box. A 90 Donruss, 93 Pinnacle. I don't know if we've had that one before. 93 Topps. Ooh, this is a big, thicker pack of 91 Topps. Still would love to get my hands on some of those Desert Shield cards. I guess I'll probably just have to get those off eBay, I guess. Let's see here. And we've got some 89 Bowman. Another pack of 91 Topps. Excellent. 90 Score. 87 Donruss. 89 Donruss. 83 Fleer. 87 Topps. And 87 Fleer. Make sure I said that right. Okie dokie. Well, we already know what's going to be last. So let's get right down to business. Let me clean up my junk pile a little bit first. Okay, there we go. Move my chair a little closer so I can... All right, how about we start off with a brick. Stadium Club 92. These are another one of those that has the multiple series all in one pack. And oh wow, they're not bricked. Surprise. There's our propaganda piece. And let's get right down to it. How about Jeff Fossero? Tom Goodwin. Sid Landrum. Sid Bream. John Marzano, Scott Servais, Scott Cooper, Scott Livingstone, John Vanderwall, Steve Fry, Sean Hare, a bunch of people I haven't heard of, Thomas Howard. Oh, there's a Ryan Sandberg stuck to him. There, Hall of Fame. Yeah, we'll definitely be hanging on to him. Checklist. And Kelly Gruber. Always try to put them back neatly so I'm not fighting it later on. All right, how about some 93 Fleer Ultra. Hope you guys are all duly impressed that I'm getting the the box out in the same month that I received it. It's a shock to me too. Okay, Manny Ramirez is starting us off. Good quality cards here. Doesn't seem to be any brickage. Dan Wilson. Dan Smith. Ryan Thompson. Rick Sutcliffe. Ozzie Guillen. Tino Martinez. Al Martin. Stuck to a couple of cards. Monty Ferris. David Cohn. Does a play-by-play for ESPN, I think. I think it's ESPN. Mike Pagliarulo. Junior Ortiz. Wade Boggs. And Juan Guzman. How about, let's see, what do we got? How about some 94 Topps Stadium Club? Another one that frequently gets bricked up. At least I found them to be that way anyway. Kirk Reuter. Oh, there's a couple stuck together, I think. Yep. Frank Castillo and Ben McDonald. Bonds, I'm going to go with Barry. Yeah, Barry Bonds. 93 award winners. Info card, nothing there. Kenny Rogers. Eric Hillman. Dave Stewart. Bill Picotta. Craig Shipley. Trevor Hoffman. Terry Steinbach. And Kirby Puckett finishing off the pack. How about some 90 Upper Deck? Maybe we'll get that Ken Griffey Jr. card, or the, who is it? Frank Thomas has a good one in here, and especially the one with, I think it's 90 anyway, 90 Upper Deck, that has the movie card from Mr. Baseball, Tom Selleck, and Frank Thomas. Mike Dyer is going to lead us off. Herman Gonzalez. Dave Martinez. Jimmy Key. John Moses. Rick Muller. Oh, and there's a sticker. Twin sticker. Dennis Eckersley. Craig Catterett, Charlie O'Brien, Dan Quisenberry, Tim Raines, ODB McDowell, Mike Stanton, Kevin Moss, and Johnny Ray. So no Frank Thomas, no Tom Selleck, no Ken Griffey Jr. But we'll keep playing through, darn it, because one day we will get one. I've actually got the Frank Thomas one, the Frank Thomas and Tom Selleck in my PC already. I bought it off eBay. Sorry. But still, I would love to pull one fresh from the pack so y'all could see it. My junk bag is getting a little full in here. Mike Heath. Greg Brock. There's the foul-mouthed Billy Ripken. Brian Smith. Ken Williams. Jack Howell. Larry Anderson. Bill Dolly. Mike Schmidt. Dave Concepcion, Tim Flannery, Jeffrey Leonard, there's Barry Bonds again, Jeff Dedman, and Rafi Palmero. And tonight, I'm going to get to watch on national television the Rangers and the Astros. The Astros coughed it up in the 12th inning last night. 12th inning. Even I was starting to get tired. I said, come on, somebody win. I don't care who. All right, what are we looking at here? This is 91 Fleer Ultra. And our sticker is the Cardinals. Huzzah. Darryl Strawberry, can't complain about that one. Steve Decker, Brian Harvey, Terry Pendleton, Jimmy Key, Andy Hawkins, Brian Smith again, Chuck Krim, Cecil Fielder, Mike York, Glenn Davis, Craig Carteret again, Steve Sachs, and Greg Gagne. Gagne, one of those. We know what we're talking about. I keep reaching for that big 91 or 91 tops. We'll hang on to that one a little bit longer. 1990 Fleer. And there's our baseball quiz, and our stickers. Twins, Yankees, A's, and Mariners. Don't need any of those. Kirby Puckett again. There's another one. And another checklist. Jay Bell. Gene Harris. Is it somebody's stuff? Yeah. Terry Pendleton. Rob Murphy. Tom McCarthy. Ron Robinson. Nelson Santavenia. There we go. Jim Presley. Robbie Thompson. Sean Hallman. Mike Scioscia. Steve Finley. And Terry Poole with the Astros. The pitcher the other night, Framber Valdez, actually intentionally threw a pitch at his own catcher. And it wasn't an intended pitch. It was deliberately trying to hit him. I don't understand. I don't know. Don't get what the reasoning was for it, but obviously he's a class act. All right, 92 Fleer Ultra. I don't understand. It wasn't when they were playing the Rangers. It was during the set they just completed with the Yankees, the damn Yankees. And apparently he got frustrated and decided to throw a pitch to hit his catcher. Greg Olson, Jeff Russell, Greg Briley, Iron Man, Cal Ripken Jr., Paul Ossenmacher, Al Osuna, Daryl Boston, another checklist, wow, Dave Valle, there's Frank Thomas, excellent shape too, this card is in great shape. Frank Thomas, Kurt Manwaring, Milt Thompson, and Jay Bell. I still one day would love to get one of those Frank Thomas no name on front, but yeah, I think the likelihood of that probably isn't real high, but still, it's a possibility. You could find one out there. Apparently they're going on eBay for about $5,000 a pop. So I would love to find a couple, actually. I don't want just one, I want two. I want one to put in my PC and one I could sell. Okay, what are we looking at here? This is 88 Score. And there's our World Series trivia or something like that. Don't need that. Dave Steeb. Tom Herr, Ray Knight, Robbie Thompson, Bobby Witt Sr., Tom Foley, John Smiley, John Candelaria, Bobby Thigpen, Dwayne Busey, Tim Conroy, Steve Shields, Juan Nieves, Al Nipper, Scott Geraltz, Hall of Famer Carlton Fisk, and Jay Tibbs. All right, what now? What do we want to go for now? I'll stretch my leg out a little bit. Oh, it sucks to get old. Okay, we're still going to hold off on that one for a little bit. How about some 93 tops? There's Pete Harnish with the Astros. Carlos Berga with Engines. Doug DeCenzo. John Smoltz, Hall of Fame. Larry Walker. How about we turn this around? And there's Lenny Harris. Leo Gomez. Ray Langford. Pat Howell. Gary Varsho, Dalton's daddy. Jason Kendall. I'd like to get another Derek Jeter like this. The last pack, I drew a Derek Jeter rookie card. Rio Cormier, Eric Fox, McGriff, the crime dog. Oh, man. I had heart palpitations there for a minute. Dan Serafini. Thought I was getting ready to be a heart attack right here on YouTube. Pulled another Derek Jeter. Of course, back then, they didn't really know he was going to go on to be the Hall of Fame great that he was. They turned out to be. 93 baseball. 93 baseball, no kidding. Pinnacle, 93 Pinnacle. Yeah, then he could have just been a flash in the pan and no one would have known the difference. Mike Morgan, Jose Rijo, Bert Blyleven, Greg Olson, Jose Lind, Orlando Merced, Kevin Moss. Well, looks like we're going to flip the stack around again. Dave Silvestri, Brett Saberhagen, Ruben Sierra, Todd Zeal, George Brett, 92 and 73, then and now. Will Cordero and Damian Easley. All right, let's get back to some of our comfort zone here. 90 Donruss. And there's our puzzle piece. Bye-bye. Spike Owen, Lee Stevens, Pat Borders, Paul O'Neill, Dave Arrighetti, Jeff Parrott, doesn't look much like a parrot, Greg Myers, John Smoltz, who is not Tom Glavine, Scott Bales, Scott Bradley, Steve Avery, the late great Ryan Sandberg, Carney Langford, Alex Trevino, Carmen Castillo, and Dennis Cook. small world the hobby world, the baseball world in general is. The chief of police for the entity for which I work is formerly worked for Major League Baseball. During the Sosa-McGuire home run race way back when, he worked on tracking the home run balls. And he's got a few of them in his office, and he's offered to get me to come to his office and he can show me his balls. First time he said that, I almost choked. I was like, well, normally it takes a couple of drinks for that to happen, but hey, it's been a quiet week. Here's our sticker for the Angels. Bye-bye. So if I get to see these baseballs, I'll see if I can take a picture or two of them and put them in a video to let y'all see what was going on. Darnell Coles, Jim Acker, Pete Harnish, Chris James, Kenny Rogers with the Rangers, Adam Peterson, Juan Gonzalez, also with the Rangers, Chuck McElroy, Gino Petralli, also with the Rangers. On a mustard yellow card, Lonnie Smith, Larry Anderson, Turner Ward, Felix Jose, and Bruce Hurst. And that is your 91 Fleer. Did I mention, or did y'all see it on the cards as I was running through them? He told me, he said the police chief said that he worked for Bud Selig and was impressed when I knew who that was. He's the manager, I believe, of his before or after Bart Giamatti. There's our sticker, Cardinals and White Sox. There, Cal Ripken, how about that one? And this is the 88 Fleer, Mike Marshall. I need to get in my routine. Dennis Eckersley, Floyd Humans, Mark Kubica, Greg Myers and Greg Tabor, Edwin Correa, David Cohn again, Greg Minton, Kent DeColvey, Ozzie Smith and Ryan Sandberg, Jose Oquendo, Jerry Royster, Sid Bream, and there's another Kirby Puckett. We're drawing some pretty good cards this time. Try to get these packs put back away so they don't get scattered. Oh, how about we go ahead and do the fat pack of 91 Tops. Let's see what we got. And there's our propaganda piece. Mark Gardner. There's Ricky Henderson. We'll hang on to him. Luis Aquino. Tim Belcher. John Moses. Mike Lavalier. Chris Gwynn, Tony's brother. Hubie Brooks. Dave Smith, need of a haircut. Keith Comstock. I gotta look, there's some of these that are errors, and I never can remember. There's something, I think, in this one that is, I don't think it's this card. This is the correct one. Scott Coolbaugh, Juan Samuel, Steve Farr, Greg Harris, Larry Cation, Ron Robinson, Andre Thomas, Julio Valera, Tim Naring, Mike Dunn, Chris Carpenter, Barry Bonds, Brooke Jacoby, Carlton Fisk, Rod Booker, Joel Skinner, Carney Lansford, Junior Ortiz, Mike Aldrete, Matt Williams, Daryl Akerfelds, Dwight Smith, I had to turn that one a little bit, and Tom Trebelhorn. Only a couple there that are worth hanging on to, I think. Alrighty then, moving right along. We're into the remaining third of the pack. 87 Fleer. And our sticker is the White Sox and the Dodgers. Dodgers card, not really a sticker, but the White Sox sticker on the front. Alan Anderson, Alejandro Pena, Scott Show, Donnie Baseball, Don Mattingly, Ernest Ryle, Tewksbury, Mark Langston, the late great Dave Winfield, Robin Yount, Checklist, Glenn Braggs, Mickey Tettleton, Darrell Evans, Eric Davis, Dwight Gooden and Roger Clemens, and Jackie Gutierrez. ED7 Tops, and I can feel the gum in it. Oh, and they got the gum on the front. Oh, okay, they turned it around. There we go, and not much residue. A little bit on there, but I will use a pair of my wife's pantyhose. For those of you that don't know that trick, you can get off the wax off these cards with probably any fine material, like a microfiber towel, or if you have something, or a pair of old pantyhose that you've thoroughly worn out. I don't mean, but yeah, just rub it, put a little bit of pressure on there just so you can build up a little bit of friction, and it'll wick that wax, the residue from the gum, right off of the card. Just don't get too crazy with it. Mike Scott, Mike Scioscia, Mark Davis, Wade Boggs, I want to go into PC, Mike Mason, Alan Ashby, Ron, our best wishes go out to him. He just had quadruple bypass surgery. He's pretty much done for the season managing the Angels, but he'll hopefully be back next year. John Russell, Clint Hurdle, Ray Soff, Rick Leach, Dave Parker, All-Star, Pat Dobson, Dave LaPointe, Tony La Russa, White Sox leaders, and a checklist. Yeah, he was, when the Angels just came to town to play the Rangers, he came to the clubhouse, came to the stadium, and was at the game. They showed him, camera panned up to him a couple of times. And it's good to see him doing well now. I wouldn't be opposed if the Rangers brought him back, but I don't think that's going to happen. 83 Fleer is our next pack. Astro sticker. Pick up that packing peanut that fell on the floor. Mike Marshall is going to get us going. Jesse Barfield. Tony Bernazard, okay. Brenly, Johnny Grubb, Bob Boone, Jay Johnstone, now of the Jorgensen, Jeff Burrows, Jeff Newman, John Tudor, Pascual Perez, and Mike Krukow. And how about, this is, let me move it so I can see it, 89 Donruss. puzzle piece. Dan Plesac, works for MLB Network now. Joe Price, Jeff Robinson, Randy Reddy, Ozzie Smith, Danny Cox, Juan Agosto, Dan Petrie, Johnny Ray, Joey Meyer, Larry Sheets, Mike Henneman, Franklin Stubbs, Al Leiter, Jack Leiter, Jack Leiter's daddy. Jack Leiter now pitches for the Rangers and does rather well. I think he's pitching tonight, as a matter of fact. And Julio Franco. I believe he's pitching. Oh, no, I'm sorry. No, Jacob DeGrom is pitching tonight. God help us. I just haven't been all that impressed with Jacob DeGrom. I'm not personal. I'm just not impressed. What was that? $80? How about we go with 90 score? Maybe we'll pull a Bo Jackson card. Tommy Gregg, Vance Law, Ken Caminetti, Steve Bushell, Edgar Martinez, Clay Parker. National League MVPs, nothing we really want. Lights out for Candlestick Park. Dave Dravecki, Joe Girardi, Eric Hansen, Jack Howell, Dave Righetti, Gary Templeton, Randy Nosek, okay, Jose Vizcaino, and Kelly Mann. Corner, a little bit of ding on that corner there. There. Okay, we're down to 4 packs, y'all. 4 packs. 91 Donruss, if I'm not mistaken. 91 Tops, and 90 Bowman. And then, I'm sorry, and then the 89 Fleer. So we're going to go with the 87 Donruss. 87 Donruss is what it is. One day I'll be able to identify these just by looking at the front of the pack, but it's not likely anytime soon. 87 Donruss and Craig Lefferts. Ray Soff, again, there's another one. Dave Righetti, we've seen a few of him. Roger McDowell. Chet Lemon. Tom Candiotti. Kent Tekulve, Mark Sharperson, Ozzie Smith, Jim Gantner, Jerry Hairston, Rob Deere, Scott McGregor, Charlie Hudson, and Hall of Famer Alan Trammell. Okay, how about another 91 Tops? Let's see what we got in here. Oh, and there's the gum, and there's the residue. Thank you, Willie Frazier, for taking one for the team. And there's our propaganda piece. Get it separated. Put the gum on the bottom. Art Howe with the Astros. Paul Gibson. Steve Wilson. The Kid, Ken Griffey Jr. Domingo Ramos. Jerry Brown. Steve Bedrosian. Hector Villanueva. Greg Vaughn. Dave Smith again with that messed up hair. Keith Comstock. Brian Harper. Bob Kipper. Hensley Mullins. Wait a minute. Is that 2 cards? Okay, I was about to say, wait a minute here. Willie Frazier. There's Willie Frazier, and we'll put him back on the bottom so he's not screwing up, cross-contaminating anything else. 2 packs left, people. 89 Bowman, not 90. I just can't identify these packs. 89 Bowman. I feel some gum in there. And then their favorite 89 Fleer. No residue from the gum. Okay, I'll still put the gum one on the bottom. Ted Williams. Yeah, I wish that was a real Ted Williams card. I can't read who that one is. Brady Anderson. Rock Raines. Darrell Evans. Paul Molitor. Tom Henke. Alex Sanchez. Jeff Parrott. I can't read that one. Ty Griffin. Billy Bean. Lance Parrish. Randy Bacchus. And Kevin Coburn. Kevin Kaufman. All right, y'all. Last pack of the box. Our favorite, my favorite anyway. The 89 Fleer. 89 Fleer. We all know what we're looking for here. The Billy Ripkins. I'll need the whiteouts. I need the white scribble and the white box versions to complete the full set. There's also the Randy Johnson, the Marlboro sign. Here's our stickers. Pirates, Cardinals, Padres, and Giants. And Treadway. I can never remember what his first name is, with the crosshair above his hat. Matt Williams, Claudell Washington, Kevin Gross, Paul Kilgus, Al Hall, Roberto and Sandy Alomar, Tim Jones, Don Gordon, Lynn Dykstra, Jim Traber, Tom Filer, Mike McFarland, Mookie Wilson, Willie Upshaw, Frank Williams, and our last card of the pack and the box, Don, with 2 N's, Paul, P-A-L-L. Well, no Billy Ripken this time, but I never lose out hope. There's always another one out there somewhere. The whiteout version is whiteout ones is what I'm looking for. So if you have one of those and be interested in a trade, reach out to me and maybe we can work something out. Maybe I'll trade you one of those 92 Jeters, 93 Jeters that I've got. Thanks a lot, you guys, for watching. I do greatly appreciate it. I don't get anything monetarily out of this. I'm not in it for the money. I just like going through the cards and sharing what I find with you guys. Hit like and subscribe and share and all that good stuff. I will see you guys in the next video very soon. I seem to be on a roll now. I'm catching my second wind, so hopefully I'll be able to get some of these 2025 hanger packs, get a video to that out real soon. And I want to thank you guys for watching. See you in the next one. It's Richard from North Texas Ball Cards. Take care.